And I don't know if anybody heard me. That's not good. I might have to fix that later. Well, let's start over. Welcome everybody to the Tall Garage live stream. The only place you should be on Monday night. Now I need to make sure someone can hear me. Oh boy. I need to make sure someone can hear. All right, we got it. I can hear myself. See, usually I check. I check if someone can hear me. This time I didn't. So I should I should probably double check that. Anywho, where was I? Right, yeah. So we got some topics to talk about tonight. I made a list. A couple of them are, let's see, 2.8 engine stuff in JB's little shop. We're talking about that. Why Honda suck and my idea isn't going to work. Do pizza lunches really give incentive to work harder? That's not mine. My coworkers playing a joke on me. My idea for a slant six build and Plan Z in general. That's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna like that one. The Iron Duke build. What's going on with it? The Hemi build, which I haven't really talked a whole lot. We're talking about a little bit about that. 300 stuff.
Man, I don't know if anybody heard me.
That's not good. And stuff I need to do that's bothering me. We're gonna talk about that. So that's my list. Oh man, how long was I? Man, like a whole minute of me talking to myself. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh man, this might be a short live. There's nobody in here. I mean, I am early, but I'm right on time now. So let's see who comes in here. Let's see. I wonder if I can like edit out that first minute of silence. I'm gonna try when this is all said and done. I'll try like knocking it out. Tom's here. Hi, Tom. How's it going, buddy? See, you should have got here earlier, man. I was talking to myself for like over a minute, and my microphone wasn't working. So that's not good. I didn't have anybody tell me otherwise. So if you can hear me okay, let me know. I was just going over the list of topics that I want to talk about tonight. So I figured, to help me keep on subject, if I have like actual things to talk about tonight. The first one is going to be about JB's little shop and the engine. I guess I now have to build to show him what's up. Dunbar, how's it going, buddy? How's it going? Yabule, roll tide. Sounds good here. All right, good. I'm happy you can hear me. But yeah, we're gonna give it a little bit, let people find their way in here, and then we'll get started. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. My day is good. How's your guys' day? I put in a solid 10 hours at work this week today. So I'm looking for some overtime this week. I think I'm gonna have like at least 5. I don't know. I might have 8 hours of overtime this week, which, considering all the engine stuff I got going on at the machine shop right now, that will be, I'll be very well used that overtime money. So, man. Oh, yep, just got done eating dinner. Figured I'd come talk to you guys for a little bit. Engine Light's here. What's up, buddy? Engine Light Garage wants to do something cool with his Ranger. How's the Ranger going, buddy? Figured out anything on it yet? What are we doing with it? How many people we got here? Let me check. We got 5. All right, 5's enough. All right, 5's enough. All right. So you guys may have seen or heard, if not, last week I apparently was talking. I wasn't talking shit, right? I was talking out my ass for sure. And I mentioned JB's little shop, and he has that 2.8, with the blower on it, which is a neat build. It's a neat build. I just felt that like he wasn't maximizing the build, right? Because it's a 2.8, and I mean, he could have a 3.1 easily have a 3.1, but he don't, right? And like Rod, you're just getting parts. What kind of parts? Like, what are you doing with it? I want to know. Tell me. My daughter called this morning. Dash went out on her way to work. Dash was okay on her way home. Dude, don't you love new cars? But yeah, anyway, so like basically what I was getting at is I said something along the lines of, I was going to put a bunch of boost on a 2.8. And I'm not going to call it 2.8 from here on out. It's the 60-degree V6 family. So I'm just going to call it the V6 family, or the V6, or the GM V6 from now on. Or we can just call it 2.8. I don't know. But anyway, so I felt like he wasn't really maximizing the build, right? Like he has a blower on it. He has like 5 pounds of boost on it. So I said, I was going to build one. I was going to slap like 15 to 30, I don't know how much it said, 15 to 30 pounds of boost on top of it, and just, cruise on by him next time I see him at No Name. And he did a video about it on his Wednesday night talk, and he said I was just crazy. Like I was out there. Now, he might have walked that back a little bit, because he did leave a comment on that video. And I'm gonna read that comment to you guys as soon as I find it real quick. So let's see. Yeah, here we go. He said, I found out Thursday that those later 2.8s, like I have, will actually handle 30 pounds of boost, according to GM anyway. They were playing with the idea of putting a turbo on them and sticking them in the Fiero, but they never did it. Kind of wonder why they didn't. That's from JB's Little Shop. So it kind of seems like he walked back his statement about don't listen to me, I'm just going to have you guys blowing up your engine, right? So I don't know if he still wants, because this is just all good fun, by the way, fellas. There's no seriousness here. He can tell people not to listen to me all he wants, because they probably shouldn't, right? So, anywho, that's what's going on, right? So I said what I said. He said what he said. Like I said, he might be walking it back. I don't know, but here's the plan. So we have been looking in to this V6 business, these GM 60-degree V6s. And there's a couple interesting things I found out, right? So they made a lot of different generations of them. And we're not going to get too crazy with the later stuff, because we want this to be in the ballpark of fair, right? So we're going to stick to 3.1 liters. That is the maximum size of the engine that we are going to be thinking about building to put up against JB's Little Shop. Turbo Tom, I found out 25 PSI was too much for my 87 Shadow. Blew the head off. Gotta have good fuel, man. You have to juice it up with premium, what's up, my dude? How you doing? I am here. And One-Eyed Cat, Mr. Don English, the Don, is in the house. Hi, fellas. So yeah, so we are going to leave it at a maximum of 3.1 liters. So we will be 0.3 liters bigger than JB's 2.8, but I think he has it bored out a little bit, so he might be closer to 0.2 liters. But anywho, I feel like that's in the realm of fairness. We are going to probably be using a later block, so like a 95-ish, 95, somewhere in that 95, 99-ish block. That's year of the 3.1, or as they call it in them years, the 3100. Had to pop in. Did you ever listen to the other 1.5 hours? Yeah, I have it all recorded and it's done, right? It's just I didn't feel like torturing you guys with more of it. Now, if you want to see it, I'll get around to putting it up here soon. Because I did say I'd finish it, right? But yeah, I got it. I just got to put it up. Yeah, so like I said, we're going to be getting a 3.1 or otherwise known as a 3100. I think they made them up to like 95 or 2000 or something. We're going to grab one of them. And the main reason we're going to grab one of them is because they have provisions for cam and crank sensors built into the block, right? So we don't gotta dick around with putting trigger wheels on cranks or modern distributors or anything like that. The other good thing is that they are already fuel injected, so that's cool. And they have aluminum heads, and they're all set up for fuel injection. So that is all good things. We will probably be using the later heads. We'll probably be using the last heads that will bolt to the older blocks before they got like all crazy with like the 3800s and the Buicks, the Sabres and stuff like that. So we'll probably, I think there's 3400. I think they have the best heads, the last of the 3400. So we'll be getting them heads and that intake to bolt to this little engine. And yeah, so that's the plan for the build. So, and these now the cool thing about this build and why I'm wanting to do it is because these engines are dirt cheap. They're super cheap. There's parts everywhere, and yeah, it's gonna be great. So, if you guys have any ideas on that, let me know. Heavens Mopars here. How's it going, buddy? Yeah, like I said, so if you guys got any thoughts and concerns or whatnot on that, let me know. It's really just gonna be putting a turbo on it, or maybe two turbos. I don't know. Depends. I'm probably going to have to design a flange and make my own turbo log style manifold because I assume there's nothing out there for it to bolt to. That won't be too hard. It's just like when I did the Iron Duke. Just got to make a flange and weld it together. So, yeah. And then I don't know where it's going to go in. I think we're putting it into S10. My buddy, Josh, you've seen him in some of the videos from time to time. He just bought a little S10 thanks to me. I found it on Marketplace. $150 for a very nice doghouse cab and bed. The guy used the frame for another project, but being in the Rust Belt as we are, this cab is, and this bed is beautiful. He kind of doesn't like it because it's a long bed. I told him, we get it on a frame, we get an engine in it, we sell it, and then he uses the money to go buy him a short bed. So that's probably the plan. If you guys have any ideas for the name of the truck, let me know. Someone mentioned last week, like JB's truck's called the Trash Trucks. Maybe we're like the Trash Man. I don't know, something like that. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Yeah, be safe, man. Drive safe. Let's see. Next on the list. Okay, why Honda suck? Here's why Honda sucks. So y'all know I got that little. I mean, unless there's anything you guys want to talk about on the V6 build, throw it down in the comments real quick before we move on. And like I said, we'll have to wait and see what JB says if he's like still into it, even though, like I said, I think he kind of walked it back. So, and if he did walk it back, he needs to make a video that's saying that Toll Garage maybe isn't that full of shit, right? Like he might need to do that. So, oh man. Engine like garage. Honda, you say? Yeah, I bought a Honda. I thought I told you I bought a K24 A2, like the good one. It's sitting in my shop right now. I don't know if the engine's good. I got it way too cheap. I'm hoping the engine's good, but I didn't see a hole in the block, and it seemed like it was all there. So fingers crossed, it's not junk. We will see. But yeah, I'm not sure what it's going into yet. But like I said, that kind of leads into our next subject. Why Honda suck? Why Honda, not Hondas? Why the company Honda sucks? And why my idea won't work. So last video, I talked about making an adapter to turn the intake around so it faces forward, so it'd work in a rear-wheel drive car, right? Honda, in their infinite wisdom, did not make the intake flange in the middle where it unbolts, the plenum unbolts. They did not make it the same side to side. So I was looking at the gasket today at work. It won't work. It won't work. If you flip it upside down, the ports won't line up. Like they're not spaced the same on each side. Like the two ports on this side are spaced this much, and the two ports on the other side are spaced like this much. So if you flip it around, it won't line up. So, yay, Honda! Make me have to spend money. You give me $50 for it? Yeah, you give me $600 for it. That's how much I spent. Yeah, so my idea, okay, so technically it'd work, right? I'd have to like CNC like transfer slot. It's just not a good idea. So unfortunately, my idea for cheap intake won't work. I might have to buy the stupidly expensive one that I still have to modify. Like the cheapest way I've seen to do it is you get an F20 intake off the S2000 Hondas, which were like the only one of the two rear-wheel drive Hondas they ever made. And then you got to modify it, and you still got to buy an adapter plate. So, yeah, that's crap. I still have one more idea to maybe get a cheaper intake for it. We will see. It is. I mean, it's going to be like, I don't know. It's probably going to be under $100 if it works, right? So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. That's future Ken problem. What about one off a CRV? I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. Like, you might know more. I have just starting my Honda journey, so you might know more about this. All I know is that the intake I have, when it's bolted on, faces the back of the motor, and I'm assuming all of them are like that in the stock engines. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You tell me, buddy. Yeah. So I bought. Okay. So right now, I don't have power steering on the engine, and I don't have AC, and I don't plan on running power steering. Period. If I really want power steering on whatever car this goes into, I will get one of them BMW electric power steering pumps and wire it in, right? And for AC, yeah, AC maybe in the future, but not right now. So in order to run the belt on the engine, there's an idler pulley that you can buy. It's like $50. So I bought that idler pulley, and as long as it isn't in the freaking way, my other idea for an intake should work. So as soon as I get the idler pulley, I'll know, and then we can figure that out. What's up, Brian? What's up, Dust Devil, my dude? We're just talking, bullshit. How about you? How are you doing? But yeah, so that's the Honda stuff right now. Intake is still MIA. I don't feel like spending $170 on the one on eBay. And I still gotta mod it. I still gotta buy an adapter plate. So sucks. Let's see. All right. So next one. All right. So I was on Slant Daily Garage's Wednesday Tech Talk the other day. With Dallas and whatnot. And they're both real cool. I like him a lot. He's a cool guy. And they're talking slants and all that stuff. And he got Plan Z, right? That's Tony's old car. It's called Plan Z, right? I forget. Pretty sure it's Plan Z. But anyway, yeah, Plan Z. All right, so let's talk Plan Z for a minute, right? What's up, Derek? Maybe look at the K Series 70 millimeter. Dude, I don't know what that means. Like, I know, like, you're talking about, like, throttle body? Like, maybe that's what you're talking about? Like, I don't know. All I know is that I thought all factory intakes point the wrong direction. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here. But yeah, let's talk about Plan Z. So Plan Z, out of everything Tony has done, Plan Z is probably the neatest, right? It's probably the coolest thing. And so it's kind of like a drag that he got rid of it, but like that's just par for the course, right? Tony can't actually finish. Can't finish the fucking thing. So, like, dude probably don't even come when he has sex anymore. Just can't finish. So, but yeah, so Plan Z is a cool car. I like Plan Z. It's one of the reasons why I originally started following Tony. Because, like, the way he was lightening the block and he lightened the head, he took all that metal out. I forget. Like, it's a good video. He got a lot of weight out of the block. And he used, like, a light crankshaft out of, like, a motor. And, like, it was cool. It was cool. It's good stuff. So, anyway, so Slant Daily Garage now has the car and I assume the motor. I don't know if he does, but I think he did. So anyway, in that their live last Wednesday, they were talking about Iron Dukes or not Iron Dukes, blah, talking about Slant Sixes. The 70 millimeter tire intake, I believe, they run like 199. I don't know what you're like. I know you're talking about an intake, but like I'm confused. So you know what? Send me a link. You find the link, you send it to me. I'll look at the link, and then that way I know what you're talking about. Like here, maybe I can make you a mod. Can I make you a mod real quick so you can post links? Let's see. Get in here. No, go away. God damn it. Stupid emojis. All right, hold on. Put user timeout. How do you add as moderator? Let's see. Manage moderators. Can manage block word, change chat. Can review and remove chat messages, hide or put user in timeout. All right, you are now a standard moderator. See if you can post links. And if you can post links, I'll go look at it. What's a hello, children? You got to do that in Chef from South Park. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah, Slant Daily Garage has Plan Z. I love Plan Z. It's my favorite car. And they were talking about Slant 6 builds. So I think that car needs an aluminum Slant 6 because they're out there. Okay, they're out there. And you know, John Wilburn was saying his happy-go-lucky self. John Wilburn was saying that, oh, you can't do anything with them aluminum Slant 6s because they have an open deck. And, like, I guess, like, maybe, but you just, you know, fix that. Like, the Honda guys have open decks. They fix it. They use a block guard. Hi, Doc. How's it going?
Hello, children.
Yeah.
I can't do Chef. I can't go that deep.
Can't go that deep?
Nope. I can't do it. It just doesn't work.
Oh, man.
I could say chocolate salty balls, but that's about it.
Right. Yeah. So I made up a list of topics for tonight.
All right.
Like, yeah, usually I just kind of like wing it, and I was getting real tired of winging it. So, but now, but now that you're here, I don't got to work as hard. So what's been going on?
Well, let's see. I figured I'd hop on because, you know, maybe I could drag one or two people here because you need the hours.
Yeah.
So that's the mission. Everyone at home, you know, watch the show on like 4 different computers if you got them.
Yeah, no, I'm getting close. I got 3,200 hours so far, and
that's one good video away.
Yeah, and the best part is like I didn't make any videos all last winter, so none of my hours are gonna start rolling over until like April. So I should be able to like smash out that 1,000 hours and be good. So is it really any fun if it can't kill? That's funny.
That's what I got. I'm getting close to my cart of death.
Yeah, the little go-kart
with the big electric motor on it. That's kind of what I don't know.
Yeah, I heard about that in a strange way the other day because, like, I know that you've been doing stuff with Tony on it, and I was watching Brian Kerbal because, like, I just want to hear if he's talking about me, and I heard him mention the go-kart.
I made it on Brian's channel. Oh my god!
Yeah. Like, you got noticed because he was talking about the go-kart, And I was like, oh, this is funny.
No, I didn't miss that. I didn't know I was, so well known that I made it on the Brian Cabral show.
Oh, I just hate watching him. Like I don't watch him. I don't know why I watch it. Like it's some sort of weird, interest that I have.
Real guilty pleasure. It's like watching a car wreck. Yeah,
Exactly. Like yeah, you drive by a car wreck, you gotta look, right?
right.
Yeah. So
No, I didn't. I feel special now.
yeah. Dude, like I said a while back, I hope that one day I have a guy that's just dedicated to making videos about how much he don't like me. Like that's my goal. Once you get there, you made it.
Well, you got a couple part-time people that do that, so
Yeah, I need a full-time guy. I need a full-time guy. I know I really made the big time then.
yeah. But that's kind of the next big thing. I'm just waiting on. I ran out of Loctite and a couple other things. So it's cold as shit here. So
yeah, dude, it's cold here too. It's kind of cold in my house. I got the heat set to 65 because.
Oh my god, what do you pour? Turn that thing up to 73.
Dude, propane's expensive this year already, man.
Oh, I suppose where you're at, you're on propane, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a ration it. I can't be like just cranking her up to 75 all day. Like,
oh, okay.
I did that last year and I ran out a couple times, so I learned my lesson.
Oh yeah,
I'd rather be slightly cold today than
and not run out.
Tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, but like I was just talking about Plan Z. So Tony sold Plan Z, right?
I don't know that. I don't know that he sold it.
Right. Well, it changed hands. Let's say that, right? It changed
hands. It's with Shane now, and Shane's going to back half it.
Yeah, and Shane's cool shit. I like Shane. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it because, like I was saying, that's like my favorite. Out of everything Tony's done, that was the only thing that really got my attention. So like, I'm semi bummed out he got rid of it, but like he was never gonna really do anything with it anyway. So
it wasn't going to. You couldn't really put any more beans to it because it was just rusty.
Yeah. It's kind of like a blessing in disguise, I guess. So I finally get because like, dude, like putting all the holes in it and shit. Like, I don't know, man. There's something about that just like got my gearhead like going. Like it was cool. It's a cool build.
Yeah, maybe you could pick that car up.
Yeah, like it's light, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I think it would be cool. Like I said, I would like to see an aluminum slant build for it. Because like you don't get much lighter than an aluminum block, so it'd be cool.
I'm doing my best to bring him to the turbo world.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude, putting a little turbo on the engine because I don't know if he got the engine with it or not.
I think no, he pulled it. He pulled that motor out of it.
So he does got the engine though.
Yeah,
well, that's cool. Like Tony did do a lot of lightning work to that engine, which I thought was kind of neat. Like I remember him weighing all the parts separately, and he took a lot of weight out of it, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, man, just a little turbo, like not even a lot, like 8 pounds,
Not even on that 6-cylinder. This is, take, I don't know, one of the cars. If all his cars were mine, instead of all my cars were mine, we switched for, whatever in the universe happens. Slaghammer would be twin turbo tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I really like Slaghammer. I haven't seen one thing about it. It just
it's just a cool car.
It is.
It gets it's lots of attention and stuff like that. I don't understand the tunnel ram obsession, but that's that just was never my gig. But if I could take one, I would put twin turbos on that big block in Slaghammer.
That'd be cool.
Out the hood, Cletus style out the hood, and then so the tilt hood comes down on them. I think that would be fucking cool.
Doing a turbo with a carburetor is really hard, though, man.
No, just yank all that stuff and throw a Holly on it and some injectors and a throttle body and
Are we talking about Tony here? Is this who we're trying to talk to?
Yeah.
I don't think Tony's not going to get into that, man. Like he's made.
I know it's low budget and carburetors and stuff. And hi, Jason.
Hello. How we doing?
Good.
Hey man,
Oh, you got the uplighting and everything.
If you can talk him into it, more power though, man. Like that would be great.
I have. So I bought a new computer. This is all new shit. That's why I wanted to test it out. So
Ooh.
Yeah, you got volume, you got light. You're a good pitcher.
I know. So I got a ring light and it's tilted down over here like a. I didn't. And see, that's too bright. This camera is. It's what's that?
The ring light should adjust somewhere.
Yeah, it's all the way down, intensity wise, and I got it
okay.
on like the warm setting. But this is fine.
You just got to wear sunglasses like JT.
Yeah, it seems to be working well. So,
all right, cool.
What's happening?
Oh,
we're just talking smack about nonsense.
Yeah.
Or something about turbo and slag hammer. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. If I could talk them into one thing, it would be.
I could turbo slag hammer for like $900, dude. Like, I could do it. Like, it's cheap. You don't need a Holley. You use a stock. You get HP tuners. You get a stock ECU. You get a $79 harness off of eBay. You weld a trigger wheel to the crank somewhere, and you make it happen, man.
Yep. Yeah, it's the same. It's 1-843-6572. Just
plenty of room on that thing too. I mean, to modify it, plenty of room on that sucker.
Mm-hmm. But get this, Jason.
Yes, sir.
I'm famous now.
You are.
I made it on the Brian Cabral show.
Oh, did you? No. All three of us have been.
You made it big.
Yeah. I was first though, out of this group at least.
Oh, I didn't even do really anything. I just got the go-kart got mentioned. Maybe not even me.
Oh, okay.
I think it was just the go-kart. I don't think you got it. I think it was just the go-kart.
That's fine.
What was the Truck Lives Matter or something I saw earlier? I haven't watched it yet. What was that?
Yeah,
about?
that was Bad Attitude C10. He did a post where he's doing like a montage of people's fast trucks.
Oh, okay.
So I just sent him some stuff.
Nice.
And then he put that together. He added a lot of stuff that I didn't send him, which is cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, cool.
That's awesome.
So he's doing like a couple trucks a week, and then I don't know what he's going to do, but it's seems to make him happy. So cool.
Yeah, I don't have any good footage of mine yet, so not that it's fast.
Mm-hmm.
It is ready to go though.
Yeah.
There's the last race this weekend, and it's like you got to drive them in. They got to have street tires. They got to have tags. They're only allowed to run.
And they're not going to cancel it for being too cold.
They didn't. So when we got the truck 2 years ago, Hunter took it when it had the 4-cylinder in it, and it was cold. We were actually camping. I drove down from the campground about half an hour to the track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they ran it, and he did good. He made it down to like 5 cars. He got into the money round. So.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
So that may happen. That may not. I don't know.
It'd be nice to see some footage of that thing going down the track.
Right, moving under its own power.
Yeah.
Cold up there, Ken?
Yeah, it is.
It's cold here. I just took the trash out. I was like, holy crap, it got cold
and I'm
today.
2 seats turned heat up, so it's cold.
I just set ours to come on if it gets cold. So yeah.
Yep. So Heavens Mopar got a good comment here. He bought this Charger that's seen better days, and he's attempting to fix it. And not everybody, but people are giving him shit about it, which I think is amazing because the madder you get people, the more views you get. So
yep. Go for it. Yeah.
I haven't seen that because what your Charger is this thing?
I want to say it's a 70.
If it bleeds, it reads, boys. That's the way it goes. So have at it.
I don't remember off the top of my head. But like Mr. Will started up a big bunch of drama about it. That'll never be. That's why I made all the memes, and all that. Yeah, that was all making fun of Mr. Will. So.
And I'm sure that other Nimrod whatever his name is. The guy that's always like, why? Are you 2 years old? Come on. Nobody gave what you call it shit when he had that goat that's got a bazillion bullet holes in it, and his channel's huge now. You know.
Yeah, dude. Like seriously, that car. And, he gave me shit once for the Ranger.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, how much money have you put in that bullet hole ridden car? You can eat my ass, dude.
I remember the title was like something because so and so from Pole Bar Garage is kind of a prick.
That's what I said.
I was like,
he's kind of a prick. Well, he was. He's being a prick, dude. He's like, oh, I didn't know it was you. I'm like, what does that matter if you didn't know it was me, dude? You're still being a prick.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, no hard feelings, bro," and you're like, "No, I already covered that. We're not going there."
Well, but yeah, exactly, man. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, stuff like that gets views. Like, that's fine.
Yeah. I like old ratty stuff. I always have. I used to drive my dad crazy because he's a body man painter. We would go to the scrapyard to pick something up, and I would just go to the biggest hunk of shit car there was, and I'm like, "Dad, I want this," and he's like, "No."
Oh, I love dragging home junk. My wife's about over it, but I love dragging home junk.
When I screwed all those license plates to the bed on mine to cover up the rust, it was just temporary. Mm-hmm. Oh, he came over to my house and lost his shit. I had to take it.
As a body man, you're tech screwing license plates for his body. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I almost bought an S10 the other day.
I saw the one you were talking about, yeah.
Dude, $150. And I have never seen a cleaner bed in this area. Like, wow. It's a long bed.
Why didn't you buy it?
Okay, well, I let him buy it because, like, I didn't need another vehicle, right? And like,
who's him?
My buddy Josh. Like, he's been in a couple of my videos.
Okay, Josh has got it. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I thought the plan was. He said, "I don't like long beds." I'm like, "Cool. I'll tell you what. Well, let's put it back together as a truck because it was just the bed, the cab, and the doghouse. So there's no frame. We'll get a frame. We'll slam it back together, and we can sell it, split the money, and you can go buy you a short bed. That's what you want, right?" And now he's talking about, he might want to keep it, and I'm like, man,
it'll grow on him.
Like all the paint matches. That's the crazy thing. It's all in real good shape. Has like a nice two-tone paint job. It looks pretty good.
Nice.
So I'm trying to talk him into let me put a V6 in it to race fucking JB's little shop. I'm like, and then we sell the turboed V6 and then we put an LS in it later. It's all good content.
Yeah, because if you would take a 4.3 and call it a 2.8 and turbo that thing.
Tom said it's 38.
I got to keep it fair. I want to give JB a shot here.
Why?
Good sportsmanship. He always rags on EFI and shit. And it's like, nah, man, EFI is better. I'm going to put a turbo on this, and I'm just going to blow your doors off. I could. I'm not saying I will. I'm saying it could happen. Okay.
Right.
And
I know he knows how to tear those 2.8s up because he did blow a few up over the years. So I think he knows the limits of them.
Well, he kind of walked it back earlier. He kind of said that he walked it back a little bit. So I don't know where his thoughts are on now. I'll have to wait.
Buddy of mine that passed away. It's been a long time ago. He had one, a 2.8, and we tore it all down and put a big cam in it, and it had a 4-barrel carburetor on it, but it set sideways like the bowls set out over top of the valve covers. It was a wicked little fucker for what it was, Because back then we weren't V8ing them yet, but
right.
It wasn't long after that my buddy Rich did it, and his is super fast now. It's got some big crazy stroker engine in it. He bracket races it. He's pretty good with it too. I seen he won like $8,000 the other night in some shootout race. I was like, Jesus. That's a bracket race, not a small tire race or anything. It was just a bracket race.
Right.
Of course, bracket races are big money nowadays.
So Don English is saying the aluminum slants aren't made for mass power. I don't know, man. Like I said, you put a block guard in it to support the top of the cylinders. I don't see why not.
Fill it up, run it on alcohol.
Yeah, or you could fill it. Yeah, you could just
Run on methanol, just run water through the cylinder head. Whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah.
So Derek, this is either going to work or it ain't. He's been commenting on. I'm trying to make a side cover for the head on the 300,
I saw
and
that.
so the reason I can't use the factory side cover is because the head. I mean, I guess I could, but it'd be more work.
Hangs
The head,
out over it.
yeah, the head hangs over it, so that oil. That's where the oil drains down from the head.
Mm-hmm.
So if I put the factory cover just over it, well, first of all, the oil's going to want to run out of the head, out into the engine bay.
Mm-hmm.
And it also isn't getting back into the oil pan. So
Did you see any of the videos where the guy did the LS heads on a small block Ford?
yeah, I did see that. Like
He had some issues with the oil return holes as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's essentially why I can't use the factory, is because like the oil has to get out of the head back to down to the block somehow.
He had to build a real funky valley plate for it, so the oil would return back into the valley there. So
that's
somebody
also how the oil pump gear gets oil directly from a hole from the oil running back down into the block.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I kind of need to get that oil into that lifter valley,
Yep.
or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But no, it's coming along. I made a prototype in CAD, and we suck at CAD and using micrometers and calipers the proper way. So we're a little off, but I'm gonna do another revision here soon and order it again. And then once
I'm
I get
lucky
it
I have the guy that makes this stuff.
yeah.
He's got a big 3D printer. Yeah. So whenever I need anything, he's like, yeah, just send me a picture.
Well, there's this 3D scanner that's apparently really, really good. And it's $1,000, but like it's like a $5,000 worth of like, it's really good. And I've been wanting to buy one because I could have just scanned the whole engine in and then made a cover that fit perfect, the first try. The aluminum slant 6 to 70 pounds lighter. I want to say Tony took at least, I don't remember how much he took out of it, but he took a lot of weight out of that block. He might have took 70 pounds out of it.
He did, man. He cut the crap out of that block. Like
he might
when he weighed everything, and yeah.
Like I said, that was one of the best things he did. I really liked that whole build.
That was my favorite thing about that Dart or Duster or is it Dart?
Dart,
is that what that was?
Yeah.
He just drilled the crap out of it. I'm like, that's how you do it, man.
Hey, hole, like nothing's stronger than a hole, man.
Yeah. Nothing's lighter than a hole either.
That's right. Yeah, so it is a 70. I was right, that Charger is Scott's. It has no title, no VIN. He wants to make it a 69. Fair.
It's either going to work or it ain't. I like that name.
Hit the like button. Yep, everybody make sure you do that. I can't do the metal work on it until AMD gets the metal in December. I have the garage remodel I need to finish yet. The car in the garage on the ground. Yeah, I feel you. You got too many projects, man. Like I have a lot, but you have way too much going on. Yeah. Push rods are outside the block on the 300, aren't they? They're like a cunt hair past the original mating surface for the cover. They stick out just a hair, but they wouldn't work anyway.
Yeah, because the angle of them is out.
There's this new guy making a head. He just popped up in like one of the groups. He's making a head, and he has his whole his own machine shop. So he's making all kinds of custom shit. And it's like,
yeah,
it must be nice,
It might be the same guy that I've been watching doing the Windsor with the LS heads, because he's got his own deal. Yeah, he just makes his own shit. So,
but he made himself a nice billet, finned cover, and it's like,
yeah,
well, it must be nice, man.
A little heat sink action going on there. Yeah,
I'm trying to design something that like I can make available so everybody can just like, get it, do it,
right,
make it work. Like, because not everybody has a fucking machine shop.
How did welding your valve cover go?
I just got tacked right now. The tacks went okay. So
it looks like it lines up really nice once you got it. Once you were doing the little slivers and getting it closed, I was like, "Ooh, that looks pretty good."
I was taking. I had that saw dialed in. I was taking just the thinnest cuts off, and I was real happy with how it turned out.
Man, where I used to work, we had one of those saws, and I freaking loved that thing. I made all kinds of shit with that.
Yep, I'm real happy.
I wish I had one here. That's my next purchase is a bandsaw.
Okay, see, so the problem with that is using the stock cover is it's not vertical like this to the head. It's actually inlaid like this, and the head. So the head's flat, but you're not at a 90-degree angle. It's like in like this, slightly. So you'd have to like. It's just hard to do. Like so, that's why I'm trying to just make something in CAD that I can just print out or just half cut, laser cut, and weld and tack weld together, and then finish up.
Just where your oil drains are, just put you some fittings, run you some copper lines down into the block or the oil pan. I mean,
yeah,
like a turbo drain back tube or some shit.
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
I don't know.
Oh man, let's see. What else did I have on my list? There's a Cyclone. There's a Cyclone on Copart that's going up for auction pretty soon.
I saw your post. I checked that out.
Yeah.
Well, how rough is it?
Oh, it's not. It got stolen and they
It's
took
stripped.
the doors, the
Yeah.
interior, the engine, but like the doghouse is there, the bed's there, the cab's there.
The ground effects are there.
All the ground effects on them parts are still there. So
They're gonna get stupid money for that thing. Somebody's gonna pay.
Yeah, somebody's going to
man.
pay 15 grand for the shell. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's got the VIN. Yep.
Maybe.
They just want the VIN, man.
Mhm.
Somebody's gonna pay.
The VIN's not really any good. I mean, it's still good, but like it's now a salvage VIN, so like the value is never going to be there on it.
You can wash that. That ain't
You can get it fixed. Yeah, you can fix that.
Really.
Yeah, Dad's
you go
Camaro
here, you
got-
go through Oklahoma, you go through New Mexico. Yeah, you wash it. And,
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Mhm.
Well,
It takes a little work and a little time, but yeah, you get.
I
I
think.
asked about it in one of the Cyclone groups, and apparently the owner wants it back, but he took the payout from the insurance company, so that's why he doesn't have it. And it's like, well, if you wanted it back, why'd you take the payout?
Yeah, I would have
That's
took whatever hit it
kinda-
was. What were they going to charge him? Like $1,500 or something?
Exactly.
You know?
It's like, why
I mean,
didn't you just get it back then? I don't
It would
understand.
have been dirt ass cheap. You know.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's a weird story.
Sounds like
it
his
is.
wife told him no.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
But no,
Nuts
there's a
first.
bunch of people eyeballing it already, so I ain't even gonna bother.
Well, yeah, that's going to be a feeding frenzy. So
Yeah, they'll do good with that one. I tell you, every time, because we have a Copart here in town, and every time I've ever tried to buy anything, it has just went astronomically out of like.
you can't buy anything at any auto auction now. And then if you think you're going to get something cheap, 20 people looked at it and it's a piece of shit and it's broke and you don't want it.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson twice
Well, it's like-
this year. Yeah.
When I worked for the county, the county owned a couple golf courses that they closed during COVID.
Mhm.
They had like 300 golf carts, and I just wanted one. I didn't want a fancy one. I figured I'd have one I could fix up.
Mhm.
All sold. I think I put my limit at like $3,000, which I thought, that's a good price for a crappy old used golf cart. The least one was sold for like $5,000.
Jeez.
But luckily, a few weeks later, I get a call. One of the guys was over there working. He says, "Hey, they got a golf cart over here that they didn't sell. They couldn't sell it because it's wrecked." And I'm like, "What do you mean it's wrecked?" They're like, "Well, it was a yard car, so it had the little thing on the front for scooping the balls up. The only thing wrong with it was where that thing hooked on. The front bumper was broke." And they're like, "If you want it, go get it, because they're just going to scrap it." So I went and got it, and we fixed it up. I had it for a few years.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
I need to do that to my Camaro.
that's what we did with Dad's. Yeah, I think it.
And if you want to learn how to do it on a grand scale, look up Nissan of Shelby. Google that.
Huh.
In North Carolina. Ooh, yeah. 400 counts of.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Yeah. They were making money until they weren't and
Right.
ended up in jail.
Yeah, till the fines came in.
Yeah. Until the feds came in and took them right to jail.
Yeah,
Do not pass go, do not go home. Go right to jail.
right. You're coming with us, sir.
Mm-hmm. How's your mini bike quest going there, Jason?
Going good. Whoops. I was having an issue with the rear wheel because originally that bike was a 2-stroke, so the drive was on the right side, and it had like a coaster in it. So when the engine wasn't running, well, then it would just coast like a coaster brake on a bike.
Oh, okay.
So I needed the pulley on the left side because I put that Honda Predator or whatever you want to call it engine on it.
Mm.
So I just flipped it around and I took the brake off that side. It had a disc brake. I put a sprocket on that side.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to figure out how to get the brake back on the other side. And it dawned on me last night how to do it. On the clutch, you just put one of those band brakes, like the little drum brakes on the back of it. So you just make like a driveline brake. I thought I had this great freaking idea, and I go looking it up. Oh, hell, everybody does it. They even make a kit.
It's great until your chain pops off.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I want to make a guard for it, and I've got a guide for the chain, and I'm going to make a guard that hopefully, I mean, it's got a front brake. It's still got a disc brake on the front.
Okay.
So I just didn't want to, I drive it, it'd probably be okay, but somebody's going to grab that front brake and just, and lay it on the side. Probably me, but so yeah, I'm going to hook the rear brake up and make like a driveline brake.
Oh, just do the band brake on the clutch.
Yeah, band brake around the clutch, and then the way they make it, it's got a little bracket that comes off the engine, and that band brake hooks in there, and then they got a little chain guard that goes around it.
Mm-hmm.
Like $50, but I mean, I can make it for nothing. I just ordered a band on Amazon for like $8. So
yeah, a couple bolts and a cable.
Yeah, I'll make it myself.
There you go.
I got a battery for it. I just need to build a battery box because it'll have electric start and everything. So it's an old grandpa bike,
Mm-hmm.
But it's getting there. I should be able to ride it here real soon. But the gas tank's on it.
Is it an actual Predator motor, or what motor is it?
It's a Honda, the 5.5.
Oh, it's actually the Honda, not the clone.
Yeah, it's a Honda GX 160 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay, so that'll have a decent flywheel. You don't have to worry about that one exploding.
Yeah. So the deal I got 2 mini bikes, 3 engines, and this whole tote of new like cables and carburetor parts and
all the bullshit.
It was crazy. $100. Buddy of mine's dad passed away. He's like, just come get this shit. I don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
The other mini bike runs. It's like one of the old school, just the little doodle bugs or whatever you call them.
Oh, and that one's running and driving already.
Yeah, the swing arm's kind of jacked up. I'm just gonna weld it solid, make some support.
Oh, just make it a hardtail. Who cares? Yeah.
Where the seat goes. We're just gonna use them for pit bikes, Hunter and I.
Mm-hmm.
But the one I'm putting together has front and rear suspension on it, so it has the headlight and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it'll be neat. I said once I get it all done, then I got to take it all back apart. I want to paint it and clean up some shit I cut off of it and whatnot. But said I got to build that brake, and then I got to build a battery box, and then pretty much.
Fortunately, I don't do 2 wheels anymore.
Yeah, you got like go-karts, yeah. Hunter wants to build a go-kart now. He's all about it because we have we have one more engine left, so another Honda engine.
Oh,
I've never been a 2-wheel
guy. Go
guy.
to Marketplace. There's $100 and $150 go-kart frames everywhere.
Found one just down the street. It's $100. It has brakes on it and everything, roll bar.
Yeah. Slap the motor on it.
Yeah, go with it. Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of deals on Marketplace right now.
What's up, JB?
Oh, JB's here?
Yeah, it's getting cold out. Everybody wants to get rid of their fun stuff, so this is the time of year.
But, man, you missed JB. I wish you could pop in here. We were just talking about. I was just talking about you.
He's talking smack, JB.
No, it was all positive stuff. It was all positive stuff.
No, I would.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But
Excuse me.
so did I ever tell you guys about the Hemi engine I have? I've mentioned it. I dropped it off at the machine shop the other day. So I've been buying parts here and there for it, right? So that's probably gonna be like the next bigger.
Is it like a 292 Hemi or one of the old ones, or
one of the old ones? Yeah.
Those are cool looking engines.
He's all, man. That is not true. That is not true. Okay. I just think, that if we're gonna do a V6, we need to do a V6. That's all I'm saying. Like you're leaving power on the table. That's all I'm saying. But no, yeah. So I got it's getting one sleeve because that's what took it out of commission back in the day, was a sleeve, like cylinder wall cracked.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting a sleeve. It's getting all the cylinders are getting punched out to where they clean up, so I know kind of like how big my cylinder is going to be. And then the crank, once I get that bill paid, the crank. Apparently, there's like this magic crank grinder in Fort Wayne, Indiana. That
Really?
machine shop. Yeah, he has a home shop, and that's all he's done in the last like 30 years. He's retired. But he just grinds cranks. That's all he does.
Nice. Oh, I think I know who that is.
So the crank's
we got a Jeep crank there one time.
The crank's going to him, and then once the crank's done, because like he's making the journal smaller to fit the rods I got, so he's gonna I'm gonna have him offset stroke it a little bit, get like a little bit more stroke out of it. But once I have the stroke and the bore size, and I have my rod length, and I'll probably have him deck it and check like the deck height. Once I have all the numbers, it's piston time. And then once I have pistons, like I have pretty much everything. So it's going well.
Nice.
What are you gonna do with this Fire Dome Hemi?
All right. So the 273, whatever engine's in the Dart right now, seized up. It has to come out. It needs taken apart if I'm gonna fix it, right? So I figured in the meantime, I slammed this Hemi in the Dart for shits and giggles, and put a turbo on it and make it a 4-speed and just drive it around.
You'll have a Hemi Dart.
You'll have a Hemi Dart with some oddball bell housing and.
No, it's not an oddball bell housing. It is a small block Mopar bell housing.
Same bolt pattern.
The only problem with it is the crank sticks out a little bit further. So you need to make like a spacer to space the bell housing back. And that's it.
Isn't the starter on a different side or something too, though, on those? It's like goofy.
Yeah, I think there is something a little bit goofy about that part too, but
something goofy.
It's not hard to do. Like it's not crazy. So there's an 833 overdrive 4-speed at the junkyard. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go grab that, and I wanted to make the Dart a 4-speed car anyway, so that's the plan.
Did you ever do anything with that flathead you had?
Yeah, I tinkered on it all summer.
Okay. Just farting around, getting it apart.
Kind of fighting me the whole way. So
yeah, I remember you were like burning shit off of it with a torch and sledgehammering pistons out of it. And
I got it all apart. I found out why it was in the junkyard. It put a rod through fucking one of the fucking piston one of the
cylinders. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like if it could be saved, it needs a sleeve.
It needs sleeves. Yeah.
It's kind of close to the bottom of the cylinder, so I don't know. Like maybe, but
you never know.
I got two other flatheads, so I'm not too worried about it.
If it's above the rig line, who cares?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, as long as it doesn't mix oil and water, like it's fine.
Yeah, that's usually what they'll do is they'll milk it up. But yeah. I had a Windsor like that I never could find it, and every time it get hot, it milked oil and ended up right at the bottom. There was a crack in the skirt or in the sleeve, and it'd get hot and it'd open up.
But I guess you could just fill that water jacket at the bottom with like epoxy or something and seal it up. I mean, like I said, there's probably like a bunch of ways to fix it, but
yeah.
But no, like I got the flathead in my dad's truck, so I haven't really worried about that other block.
Oh, so you have another one? Okay.
Yeah, I've just been trying to get that fucker to like together because here's an example. This is what I got stuck on. I had the engine in. I was trying to get the steering box back in, and the steering box wasn't wanting to fit because the header was right where the steering box wanted to go. So I asked in one of the flathead groups, I'm like, what is going on here? And they're like, yeah, it was like that from the factory. They basically touch. I'm like, oh. So I got jacked the engine up to get the steering box in there. Like, yeah, like cool. So that's kind of like where I stopped dicking with the cows. It's like,
Is it like a 40 Ford or something?
It's a 50. It's a 50 F1 Ford.
50. Okay.
And like I got that T5 in it. So
honestly, yeah, they make a real nice kit for doing that. I did one in I think it was a 50, and then we put a S10 transmission and everything in it. Had the bell housing, and yeah, it was real nice.
I think I used the kit from Speedway. It went together real nice.
I think that's where we got it from too. And then we did one in a Model T or Model A. I don't remember. We put an S10 transmission in that too.
JB's little shop. This comment: you don't need, man. You don't need to spend any more money. Like you already spent the money. You just spent the money on. You should have just got a 3.4 block from day one. What is that? That's
4.3. Double your displacement.
That's a half a liter bigger. Right away. Like boom.
I think I'm going to end up with that 3.8 out of Buck's Buick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do with that?
I don't know yet, but I'll find something to do with it. I love those engines. There should be another truck here really soon, so it's probably going to be the Ranger.
So apparently, there's a factory forged crank for these little V6s, and I found a couple of them in my local yard. So if I really want to get crazy, I could go get a forged crank. So that's kind of cool, I guess.
For the 60-degree engines?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought they were all caps.
3500s in 06 or 04 to 06.
Like vans or something?
It's one of them cars. 04 to 06. And they're stamped right on the snout of the crank. They're stamped right in the snout.
Grand Prix or something.
Yeah, something like that. But it's like 7484. They're stamped. Like you just take the bolt out, and you'll see it right there. If you don't got to dick around looking for it, take the bolt out.
Nice.
Right there. Yeah, they're forged from the factory. So
there's a lot of guys in the demolition derbies that they'll the top of that intake.
Yeah.
Put a hole in it, bolt a carburetor to it, and run them off a carburetor. Just run zoomies out of the hood. I mean, they wing those things like crazy.
Yeah, if I really wanted to get crazy, like I said, all these parts are dirt cheap. So I like I said, forged crank, like I could do, like I said, all I got good rods in it, I'd probably be okay.
That's what I like about this dirt bike stuff or this mini bike stuff. That stuff is so cheap.
So dirt cheap, yeah.
So cheap and fun as hell, you know.
Well, that's kind of why I like 4-cylinders. I only got to buy 4 pistons and 4 rods.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you just got to buy half the shit. Yeah.
Buying 8. Oh man.
Just go buy another beat up block. We don't mess with no pistons, do we? Are
right.
Get you either the hone of your choice, whether it's a stone or a ball hone, and rip that thing through there with some WD-40 and put some steel rings in that bitch and fire it up and go. It'll run. It'll just be happy as shit.
I used to go and get those 351 Windsors out of the trucks for nothing, and I'd go get a set of the Total Seal, the second ring, those clamor rings. You used to be able to buy them dirt cheap, and I'd hone it and I'd put that Total Seal second ring in it. It'd be fine until it blew up, but yeah, I run for a couple months.
Yeah.
Everybody else is blowing big money on their shit. I'm like,
No.
My one brother.
I could beat you for less money.
My brother, my other, not Rob, our other brother, our middle brother, he used to get so mad at me when I did that shit. He's like, why are you buying all this junk? I'm like, well, it's cheap. And I'm going to fucking tear it up if I spend $10,000 on it or $500.
I'm still going to blow it up. Yeah.
I'm going to blow it up. So.
I mean, I don't know. I guess. Eventually, maybe.
Eventually you'll blow it up. You push it too hard, it'll blow up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you go like when I was bracket racing, we'd put 150, 200 runs a season on a car. I mean, and that's
Right.
hard on them. You know, that's a lot of
Yeah.
miles on a
Yeah.
motor. Let it rip. You know,
Yeah, and if you're
And I
back
go out on-
just make it consistent. Who gives it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be super fast.
yeah. And then if I wanted to make it go fast, I'd put nitrous on it and just go to make time runs with it. I didn't bracket race it like that because it wouldn't be consistent. But everybody was like, holy shit, that car just ran like a second faster than it normally does. I'm like, yeah, it won't be like that. We always did that on Thursday. I was like, oh, Saturday it'll be back to normal. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Mainly did it just to get in their head because they're like, oh, that car's way faster. And I'm like, he's dialing it. I'm like, yeah, when it's got that blue bottle on the trunk.
It's filled. Yeah.
Yeah, it's full. Yeah.
That stuff's getting expensive too. Now it's,
Dude, I
gave her
heard,
$90 to fill a bottle.
heard it's getting out of hand. Yeah.
It used to be, well, way back when.
So
It
my
was
middle
like $40,
brother worked.
you know.
Yeah, my middle brother worked for Super Shops when they went out of business. So we bought the whole mother bottle, the everything. We had it for a long time. We just fill our own, you know. But I couldn't imagine what a mother bottle is now. It's probably a couple $1,000s to fill it, you know.
Mhm.
I've never had the pleasure of putting boost down something, so
What's that?
I've never had the pleasure of putting NOS down something.
It's fun, but then you're like, "Ugh, fucking bottle's empty again. Fuck.
Yeah, it's
Right.
fucking empty. Yeah, you get 3 runs on it and it's empty. Yeah.
Well, if you're doing a 150 shot or something, yeah, it'll empty out quick. What's cool is I got that little 35 shot, that dry shot for the
Right,
Ranger.
just to get it moving. Yeah.
2 seasons on one bottle. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
Because it's just for the first like 100 feet. Just and
I
it's,
also
a tiny,
had that
it's
little-
a tiny jet, so it's like.
We had that little Sneaky Pete, which is like that was. It was like 15, 20 horsepower, and I always had it just like if I say I cut a slow light or something, and I get down there and I couldn't get around the guy, I'd just bap it, you know, and just to put my nose on him and hopefully push him out. And sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. So yeah, that shit's expensive. Turbos are cheap.
Oh yeah, you could buy a $200 turbo to last you years.
Yeah.
Yeah, turbos are fun. I like turbos.
Now that I drive one every day, I really like it. So
So back to you're saying you're going to try and find a Ranger for that 3.8.
yeah. Well, it's either going to get that or I've got that Trailblazer out back. The frame's rotted out on it, and it has the 4200 in it and everything, which I'm going to pull everything out. You know, computer alarms, the whole deal.
4200s are really cool engines. They're
What was it?
4200s.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
just
4200 in a
really,
Ranger. Yeah, you'd have plenty of room for a turbo and.
they're really expensive.
Yeah, but man, they hardly ever break. All you do is put timing chains in them, and that's good. I mean, this one's got like 300,000 miles on it. It doesn't make a sound.
As long as you change the oil, because they do have
Yeah.
an oil problem.
Oh, they do have an oil problem. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you change the oil, as long as there's a mod you can do to like pump oil straight into the or straight into the side of the engine, right into the
Yeah.
main
Right to the-
galley. Because like I guess like the galley like goes through the block like this,
Mhm.
and it's real small. So like if you don't change your oil, it gets gummed up.
Just get your big drill bit.
Something like that.
This one's been well taken care of, though. I know the people
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people that owned it. I serviced it for the last probably 10 years, so they take pretty good care of it. They were older people, so
But
pull the
no,
valve cover off, it's like brand new.
they're cool engines, man. Like the Nivlac 57, man, he does all kinds of cool
Mhm.
stuff with them.
The only thing I'm having a conundrum about is that it's a 4-wheel drive, so I don't want 4-wheel drive, but I guess I could make something all-wheel drive with it. You know, we were talking about that, so
Well, I mean, you can just
they make an adapter probably for the back of the transmission.
well, them no, I think what you do is them 46 or 4L60s, they got a removable bell housing on some of them.
Do they?
I think the bell housing just comes off and you swap it onto a 2-wheel drive model.
Oh, okay. Because I know the bell housing is unique. It's the Atlas.
Yeah, it's the
Bell
Atlas
housing,
one.
so,
Yeah. Why they didn't use the other one they had, I don't know.
I don't
but
know. But I saw Nivlax make a adapter. It didn't really look too difficult. So
Yeah, it's not too crazy. Like I said, but then the oil pan, they only have front sump oil pans, and it's just like,
yeah, I got a Sawzall, and Hunter knows how to weld aluminum, so we're fine.
yeah, well, there you go. That's all you
I
need.
mean,
Well, what you do is you just buy a 5-cylinder pan. They're on eBay for like $100, then you just stretch it.
I think Calvin did that. I think I watched that. So yeah,
Yeah.
he like pieced them all together and then made the sump where he wanted it, and just
Yeah,
so
that's
we.
kind of the way to do it. No.
Luckily, I spent $30,000 to send him to school to know how to weld, and he doesn't even fucking do it anymore. He works on cars like his dad.
Mm.
I'm trying. I've been putting a little bit of practice in on the old TIG welder. It's weird. I don't know.
I never have been good at welding aluminum. I actually, when I learned how to weld aluminum was with gas, with oxyacetylene torch.
Yeah.
So I'm good with a wire feed welder. That's all I'm good at anymore. I can't see
dude.
it well.
Yeah.
That's like Hunter was trying to teach me how to stick weld, and I'm like, and then I'd run out of rod, and he's like, Dad, push your hand down. I'm like, this thing, I don't like it. It doesn't feed the stick. I don't like this thing.
Yeah. Yep. I've been there. Yeah, I don't like stick welding either.
I learned how to weld with a cutting torch and coat hangers. That's how I learned how to weld.
There you go.
And braze rod. My dad used to have me brazing body panels on when I was a kid. So, but anyways, I'm going to jump off here, gentlemen. I hope you have a good week. And,
dude, I'm planning on it. I'm gonna put like 50 hours in this week at work. So
yeah, I got to run the whole show this week. So yeah, I'll be wore out, but I'm going live Thursday. So it looks like this thing's working well. So this was
Cool.
the test. So
good.
like I said, yeah. So
Wait, I thought you were Tuesdays.
I was Tuesdays for a long time, and then when Rob was working on getting his 500, and I had some other shit going on at the time. I don't remember what it was, but I took some time off and just let him start doing Tuesday as well. And it so then I started doing Thirsty Thursdays. So,
Gotcha.
which a friend of mine, we used to always go over and play cards, and he just recently passed away, and that's what we called it, was Thirsty Thursdays. So that's kind of carrying on the tradition of old buddy Kurt. So, yeah. So yeah, the furnace just kicked up. It's getting cold. Damn it.
Yeah, I hate it, dude. I hate
It's
it.
39 here. I saw Tom said it's 38 up where he's at. So it's got to be at least that cold where you're at.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're further. You're up by the lake. So.
Oh yeah, land of the lakes, dog.
Yeah, baby. 45 in Murfreesboro. Wow. So you're gonna get cold tonight too, aren't you?
Yeah, freeze warning. I brought in all the goddamn plants and
God damn.
put them
Yeah,
in the garage.
I think we're supposed to be like 24 tonight.
Freeze at work today. It was retarded. Everybody was coming into work for antifreeze today.
Oh yeah, we got a brand new waste oil burner. We put it in last summer when we opened the new side of the shop. Oh, fucker, I'd played with. It took me 3 hours today to get it primed where it'd start. Really? We've been on the schedule for like 3 months. I'm like, next week. I'm like, you know what? I got on YouTube, and Gingrich, the company, they actually have their own. They showed me. I was like, fuck them. Tell him. So it was running when I left the shop. We'll see if it's running when we get there in the morning. So, but luckily we had 2. So
yeah, I forget that I got just water in the Ranger. So
I have water in the S10. So I got the heat on out there on real low, like 40 degrees. Just keep it.
Mm-hmm.
I've told my brother 3 times to get the water out of that Dodge. So
I did put antifreeze in the camper though, which I've never done. I've owned it for 3 years. I never do it, and every year something gets fucked up because I forget to do it. But I did do that. So
yeah, just dump all the water out of the Dodge.
Yeah.
So you get fuel pumps anyway.
I'm like, dude, just go open the petcock on the bottom of it, let it run out, dude. Let's get it out there.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever little bit's in there is not going to hurt nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what I used to do to my old camper. I would just open all the faucets, open all the drains in the bottom of the camper. I never had a problem. This new one, I do that and the toilet valve freezes up, or the kitchen sink faucet froze up, and I couldn't never get it. I was so pissed. So, anyways, but anyhow, you gentlemen have a great evening. Everybody in the chat have a great evening. JB, take care, and we'll see you on the flip side. Like I said, we'll be on tomorrow with Rob and Thursday with me. So,
do a mini bike video of just driving the one that runs.
Yeah, I need to. You know what? I'm gonna tomorrow night when I get home, because that brake piece is coming. I want to clean the carburetor out on the one that runs because it's kind of yanky. And yeah, I'll go drive it because it's. Oh, Tom says it's 37 up there now. It's getting colder than Well Digger's ass.
Throw it in the back of the truck, take it to work.
There you go. Yeah, which I could do that this week because with a Castaway.
Yeah, if you're running, if nobody's telling you what to do at work.
Yeah, well, I don't work on cars when I'm running the front, so they can.
Right, and then at lunch, get on your little mini bike and go through the drive-through or something like that.
Yeah, everything's right there. We just we drive the golf carts out there. We build these little buggy things for rich people. Like it's like an overgrown golf cart. Yeah, we drive those. Everybody loves them. They're like, that thing's so cool. I'm like, this thing's a piece of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Hate them. But anyway, yeah, we'll be doing stuff this week. Especially now that I got this, I can actually edit videos again now and make videos. That's been a long time coming. So, right, guys, take her easy.
Later, bud.
I'm out. See you.
Clint's here.
He is.
In his Ratfink Subaru.
Yeah, that thing's cool, man. I like that thing a lot. I like that thing a lot. Yeah, it is getting cold though. I need to get my engine room clean. I've been calling up churches and old churches and like old event centers and shit. I'm trying to find some of them real heavy duty wooden folding tables.
Yeah. Like
the real heavy bastards. I want to put 2 of them in my engine room so I can spread all my engine parts on them. So like I have the Hemi builds. I got all the Hemi parts on it. What do I need? What don't I have? What because I'm buying bearings. I haven't bought main bearings yet. I'm trying to wait to see if the crank's going to end up being 10 under or 20 under. But
right,
I'm buying. I bought rod bearings. I also want to get everything laid out. I can organize it, see what I need, what I don't have. But yeah, I can't find any. They're just all gone. Everybody's updated to the new plastic ones, and all the old ones are just gone. So
what would be cool? Take the turbo motor out of the Dodge, put that in the Dart. And then take the Hemi and then put that in the Dodge. Then that would be cool.
I kind of would like to do that because it's more area, or it's more accurate.
And it's all wired up. All you'd have to do is just put the crank trigger on the Hemi, and then
it's the same distributor. The distributor would drop right in, and away it would go. Yeah, because it's one of them dual.
It's a dual sync distributor.
Yeah, it's so it drop right in, and that'd be all. It'd hook up the fuel, ready to rock and roll.
I think that would, for a cool factor, I think that would be off the chain.
No, that would be very, very cool. I don't know, like I said, but it is getting done. It is that's why I'm putting in overtime every week until it's done, because it's been sitting in my living room for the last 4 years, and it needs done. So
in a 360, you take that out, put that in the Dart. You're just going to have to build the tube off where you have the turbo mounted.
Yeah.
Up, so you put the turbo out the hood. Yeah. It's not going to fit in there, with the silly. Right. You just put the turbo up, and then drive the Dart with the 360 with the turbo and the exhaust pipe 2 feet off the hood.
Well, so I might have a sponsor for the pistons, to buy pistons for this Hemi. So I might have to get custom ones because I want 10-to-1 compression, I think.
Well, you might as well. It's modern gas. You might as well.
Yeah, exactly. So there's this guy I deliver parts to. Me and him have been bullshitting a lot because he got this old pickup that he wants to put an LS in and all this shit. So I drove my Range Rover there, took him for a ride in it. He got a big kick out of it. And so he has this little repair shop. I'm like, we could put a big banner for your garage right here on this Dart. And
the whole back quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, anywhere you want on this Dart, dude, we could just
Jimmy's Chop Shop all over the back quarter.
Yeah. You can just slam it right on there. I don't even care. You want to put it right in the hood? boom, right in the hood. Like, let's make it happen.
Whatever you want.
He's like, you know what? That's not a bad deal. I'm like, hey man, if Holly's willing to sponsor me parts, like, might as well get on the ground floor, you know. So
yeah, well, I still haven't hit that, but I had a good month this month actually for not making any real money off my time.
Yeah.
I sold a few shirts and a couple of hoodies. Made like $100 profit.
That's good.
I'm like, okay. I had people send me a $200 bore scope and a $200 leaf blower, so that's $400, right? That's $5 there.
Yeah.
I'd made like $60 off of YouTube for just ads, and then I made like another $40 off of my Amazon links.
How many cheeseburgers is that? I forget. That's a lot of cheeseburgers.
That's like $600 for for a couple of hours a day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, man, I'm planning.
My point is, it'd be nice if Hollywood, see my Ranger and go, that really needs a Terminator, or it needs a.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Well, like the plan is when I get this stupid engine running and I do the video on it, I'm gonna have Hot Rod do the article and have the video go live the same day, and it's all gonna happen at once.
Mm-hmm.
And that should do really well. So
well, that should put your hours over.
Because like the first article, I told them to, but for the first like 5 days, the link to my channel wasn't in the fucking article. And I'm like, hey guys, could you edit this in for me real quick?
Yeah, help a guy out.
Yeah, and they did, and then boom, like shit took off. So this time it's going to be very well coordinated.
Well, it'd be nice to have your hours before that happens. So when it does happen, you actually get paid off of it, because otherwise they'd be like, well, all these hours happen before this margin and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
But no, it should be started before the end of the year. I don't need that side cover on it to start it. It's going to make some fucking noise.
It's going to get oily and messy, but
yeah, well, and I'll put something over it to like keep most of it in, but yeah,
you can build a duct tape cover for the fire.
Yeah, I can do something just temporary, but
yeah,
it's gonna be making noise, dude. Like I haven't got the distributor part figured out for the cam sync, so I'm just gonna run a batch fire tune.
Mm-hmm.
So I just
who gives a shit? Yeah, it's a 6. Yeah.
I just need the trigger wheel on the front to do that. Dude, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen real soon. So. Because mechanically it's ready, mechanically it'll run. The valves open and close, it'll run. So I gotta get spark plugs. I gotta do a compression check to make sure my head gasket is doing head gasket things, and that's pretty much it. So it's a happening. It's a coming. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. And then as soon as it fires up, you split the 2 stock exhaust manifolds and put a turbo right in the middle of them.
Yeah, so pretty much as soon as it fires up, the head's coming off, and the head needs, I'll probably mock up all the turbo stuff first. I gotta get it in the car. So once it starts, though, it's really focusing on getting the car ready for it to go in the fucking thing. And then once it's in the car, I can start mocking up the turbo to see where shit's gonna be. I don't want to run into anything. So
right.
Apparently, it uses the same engine mounts as the small block Ford, so it should, in theory, go right fucking in and bolt to this. It has a V8 cross member in it, so it should go right fucking in and bolt in.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, use the same frame mounts, and you just use the 300 engine mount. Yeah.
I can't really talk about it right now, but it seems that because of reasons, it is going to have a 4L60 behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, I'll talk more about that in the future, but that seems to be the plan. Did the dishes before. Hey, man, you got to get the brownie points in where you can.
Yeah, Don's looking to get himself a little tonight, I think.
But yeah, so apparently that's the plan for transmission, which is fine. I have the Terminator X Max to run it. So
it'll run it and shift it as long as you don't mix up the 2 wires that makes it go second to first.
Yep. If I can, I don't know. Like I said, we'll talk more about it in the future. But yeah, so things like I said, it's going really well as long as the fucking Mustang is not rotted in the places it can't be rotted, it'll be fine. Because I think it's just floor pans. I haven't looked at it yet. I need to get on that, but shit keeps on getting in my way. So, but there's like a dozen Fox bodies on Marketplace right now for cheap. So, worst case scenario, let's go buy one of them. So I'm not too worried about it.
I mean, and it's a Fox body. You just get some roll bar tubing and make yourself an inner frame.
Yeah, that's true.
Who cares if it's rusty? Yeah,
I can hold it. Yeah, I can hold it. Yeah, I can make it hold together. So
yeah.
I got that tube bender now too. So like I'm in a good position. So, yeah, like I said, dude, it's so slow. I feel bad because I'm so slow at this shit. But then again, I am doing something kind of out there, so it's not like I'm just buying parts from Summit and bolting them together. So,
Right. And then what's the plan for the Z, or do you still have that?
the Z, yeah, I got the Z. The plan is after the 300, I'm done putting fucking money into it for a while. I just gotta buy some sheet metal and start and weld in the sheet metal, and that's pretty much it. Because the driver's side is pretty okay. The back is like mint as far as Z's goes. The back is mint. It's just where the battery box was in that fucking Z. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, and the
So,
A-frame and that whole
yeah.
area in there.
So they make all of the sheet metal for the inner and outer and all that. So I'm just gonna it's gonna be like $1,500 sheet metal, and then I'm gonna zap it in and try to get it as straight as possible, and then not care about it. I'm just gonna drive it just like it is. So
it's the 6 that's in it runs?
no. I don't know what. I mean, I could put that K24 in it. I don't have I was gonna buy a BMW on Marketplace to put it in,
Mhm.
but it kind of sold before I could get it. So, and I assumed that was going to happen. It was either buy the engine and then the car gets sold, or buy the car and the engine got sold before I could get the other one. So I have the engine. I'm happy with the engine. I'll find another car.
So you're gonna put the K24 in it, or the
That would be pretty cool. I mean,
or get yourself an RB. What's the force on, like an RB 2-liter?
yeah.
And
That'd be cool,
those take turbos nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so, but like I said, I just got to get that, because I have the title to it. I just need to get that sheet metal welded in, because the prices of them cars are stupid high right now. I'm not buying one in better shape. I'm just putting metal in that one. So, like I said, the back's good. The back is solid. There's no rust in the back.
Mm-hmm. It's just all up front by the battery box and the A-frame.
All up front by that battery box.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see how good I am at sheet metal work.
I don't have the patience for it. I get impatient, then I'm like burn.
Yeah. I used to be pretty good at it back in the day. I went to trade school for it, and this guy had this Monte Carlo. And it was like it was like an 80 something Monte Carlo, and I forget what it was, but it was like a rare Monte Carlo or G body, whatever. And it got hit. It got T-boned. Like, it was sitting in his yard, and it got hit so hard. Like, we had to put it on the frame rack. We had to pull it. And he got another car that we, like, pulled all the quarters off of and put new quarters on it in the inner quarter. And we did, dude, it was so much work. But if I can do that, I should be able to do this Z. So.
Okay. Don't you have a brother that does body work too?
No, he's more of a diesel mechanic type guy.
Oh, okay.
If I needed a diesel worked on, he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a better mechanic than I am, though. He really is. Like, I don't know why. I know more than him, it feels like, but he's just better at most of it.
Yeah. And then when you're done with all that, and the 6 cylinders in the Fox body and you're driving it, hook that Econoline bit to the back of it and haul it down here.
The Econoline? Yeah. Well, he's like, you know what we should do? I'm like, what? We should put that 300 in the Econoline. I was like, yeah, you think we should do that, huh? He's like, yeah, why not? I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Now the Econoline's begging for an Eldorado front wheel drive set up in the bed.
That'd be cool.
I had a buddy in Vegas that he had done that. He took an Eldorado, the whole just front clip, and then cut a big ass hole in the bed and dropped it down there so the front wheel drive, where the rear wheels are, and welded up the the tie rod solid so it was straight, and then he hung some. They weren't even connected, but he had the exhaust coming kind of up, and he put 2 turbos on there. So when the motor was spinning, you could just see the turbos running. They weren't, hooked to anything, and then just pipes out with the spark plugs at the end of the exhaust tube, so he could hit it and shoot flames and turbos. It was pretty cool.
That sounds very wild. I don't know if it was safe, but it sounds interesting.
No, it wasn't safe. Those aren't safe to drive with a 70 horse 6-cylinder in them,
Yeah.
Because you're sitting over the front tires. You hit anything, you're done.
Yeah, it feels. I drove it like a month ago. I went around the building, and then because we had moved it from the top shop to the bottom shop, I went like around the block, and I went down to the other building. And yeah, it's weird to drive, man. You're just all up.
Like, as soon as you steer, then it gets like.
Oh yeah, and like it feels like you're just instantly like the turning radius is crazy. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
Takes a while to get used to, and it has like the 3 on the tree, so I'm trying to fucking, it's like, oh, this is fucking weird, man.
Just drop it off, and I'll just put a big snotty something in it and just do wheelies with it. That's the whole point.
Hey man, I'll mention it to my brother. Like he might want to move it to a new home to get money for another project.
Yeah, he's probably tired of looking at it at this point, and his blue tractor paint job is probably not as shiny as it was, so he needs to move it.
No, it was Tractor Supply Ford Blue, and it has no UV protection in it, so it fades pretty quick.
Yeah, you need to clear coat that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently if you mix a little bit in on the final coat, it helps a lot.
So. But that'd be a cool go-kart hauler, I think.
It's something. It's something.
They're just begging. This is like, those are like Clint specials. They're just begging for, big wheels on the back that stick out, and then the front end jacked up like a gasser, and just weird pipes coming out of it and shit like that. That thing is just begging to be a kind of a street freak type vehicle.
Yeah, it was pretty rough when I was working on it for him. I've told you this before. There is just a tad more Bondo in it. No, just a little bit. Like there's a acceptable amount of Bondo, and then there's just a little bit more. That's where there's just a little bit more.
A little bit more than it should be. Yeah.
Just a hair. Not crazy, not like this thick, not even this thick, just a little bit more than it should be. But it looks all right. So
that's not the point. The point is just you put the green headlights in it and you just scare children and
Yeah. Oh man.
That's Clint gets it. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like that thing Clint's working on. Man, that thing's neat. I understand everything about it is neat. So the K24, the Honda thing. There's a guy on Facebook who has an adapter to go to a small block Chevy transmission or an LS transmission or what have you.
Okay, GM bolt pattern.
Yeah, so there's 2 places that sell them. There's Fabot, which does the AR5 adapter. You've probably seen that place. And there's just some guy on Facebook that's his whole job. He makes transmission adapters. His name is Bill Hincher, and he's like local to me. Crazy. He's local to me, and he makes adapters for everything. And he makes one for the Honda to small block Chevy. And some guy has one of his adapters that he's not going to use. And he told me to sell it to me for $700. And I was like, huh.
That seems pricey for an adapter.
That's what I said. I'm like, so where did it come from? He told me the guy that it came from, and he even showed me his Facebook. So I messaged the guy on Facebook. I'm like, hey man, I heard that you make these adapters. He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, how much for the adapter? He goes, $1,200. So I was like,
shit, no wonder that's all he does. He just sits in his garage with his CNC and
yeah. So I told the guy, I'm like, what, $700 is like a fair deal. Send me some pictures and we'll work on me getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's quite a big discount. So,
Well, that's quite a bit for a moon-shaped piece of aluminum.
well, okay, so the Fabot, and you have to, and it comes with the starter, but the Fabot one, you have to like massage the block in one area with a grinder
Mm-hmm.
to get the starter to fit on it.
Yeah.
And it's $758 without the starter. The Fabot one is. This guy's this Facebook guy. His goes in the factory location for the K series, so you don't gotta massage the block. And his kit comes with a starter. Like I mean, better for $1,200, but yeah. So I guess I'll be picking that up soon. So because I figure
the K24 and the Turbo 350 in a Z, because you could put a 300 gear in a Z. It's so light.
Right. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, dude. So I think that's kind of the plan, because even if this falls through with like doing anything with this engine, the parts together, the engine, the adapter, the intake, whatever, the parts together, they just make it the package worth more if I decide to sell it. So it's kind of a win-win situation, I suppose.
And if you're putting it in a rear drive, you don't really need to get the fancy manifold. You just some extra intercooler pipe.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, well, I mean, I could run around the back and shit, or that's true. I could do that. I like things to look. Okay, that's not true. I don't look at the Ranger, but I like things to look kind of nice, like not too ghetto. Yeah. No, so the F series Honda engines were rear-wheel drive. One of their intakes with a little bit of modding can go onto the K series. So there's one on eBay for $175. I will probably pick that up. I'll just put it on my Facebook or my PayPal credit. 6 months, good as cash. So
yeah,
I probably just slam it on there and then pay a little each month to it's paid off. We'll see though. Like I said,
that'd be the K24 with a turbo and a Z, because a Z doesn't weigh nothing.
Nothing.
And it would just what's the best part again is you would just piss people off, but that's the best part.
Yeah, it is the best part.
And it should all fit under the hood, right? That's not too tall of a motor.
Oh yeah. Well,
because that 262 that's a tall motor.
Yeah, Well, it's not too tall because it's supposed to lean like 15 degrees, so it helps you get some hood clearance if you lean it instead of putting it straight up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should fit. I don't see why it wouldn't. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get the engine running. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna run it. So we'll figure it out. It would handle better too, right? Because I could put it way up against the firewall, and
it's behind the front axle.
Yeah, that would make it real nice.
So it's a mid-engine 280.
Yeah, like you said, Z's are light, so
that'd
be pretty cool. But
you can put the turbo way out front.
That would be cool. I love that in Mustang, so they put it out in the front like that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty cool. That would be really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, because with the way out front, you just run an intercooler that's maybe not as wide but long.
Yep.
Just from the turbo rate. Yeah.
That'd be pretty
good
cool.
enough.
I like that. I like that idea. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too many pots on the stove at one time. I have a bad habit about that. So
I had that, so I sold everything. Yeah,
well, I mean, that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. So how have things been? Like, what's Tony like off video? He's like kind of like I get the feeling he's kind of everywhere. He can't focus very well.
No, he's pretty cool. I just have like just another guy relationship with him. I'm not like, because I have a job. I don't need my YouTube to go crazy.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need me for content. So, but we just, we talk or hang out. He's been over here. I've been to his house. And,
no shit.
Yeah,
that's cool. I mean, I give Tony a lot of shit, but it's from a good place. That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I give him shit because I care, and I want him to do better.
But that's just that's just who he is, and you take it at that, the face value. Okay, that's cool. Everything's cool.
What's he gonna do with Slaghammer? Is it just sitting, or what's he doing with it?
No, he loves that car. So
Does he?
Yeah, he likes the whole big block tunnel ram, old cruddy carburetors on it, and
yeah.
Good.
So
it's
good. Does he do his doom and gloom stuff to you too? Like, parts are all going to be hard to find. Buy all the carburetors. Gas.
That's a little bit for the cameras.
I figured it was.
But he's actually a very smart dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he must be. He did write.
He knows a lot about money and investing and metals and the way things work and stuff like that. So it's we have good conversations about non-car stuff.
Well, man, why hasn't your channel blown up yet? What is going on, man? You should have 100,000 subscribers by now.
Why? I don't make any cool content. I make one good video. It's been one good video a month, and the rest is just filler crap.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. It's time to get something that's interesting. I don't know. What do you want to do? What do you want to make a project of?
I want to finish my Falcon.
Fair.
Finish the paintwork and put that car back together. Because that was, running and driving and stuff. It was just so ugly. I couldn't handle it. Get this electric go-kart thing done. Get that done. Make the video for that. And then I'll probably disassemble all the electric stuff. Just put a regular gas motor on it and just drive it around. Because it's still cool and it's low and it'll be fun. I have to fix the paint on the Ranger. It's got a header leak. Other than that, that's not going to change much. I'm not going to turn the boost up anymore in it, because that thing at the end of the 8th mile at 100 miles an hour or so like that, that's enough for that chassis with no front sway bar and an I-beam suspension and homemade ladder bars.
Yeah,
it's good. It doesn't need to go any faster.
Right.
That's because you get to the end and you're like, woo, and it's not like, when you're you're in a Fox body, that's lowered and, something that's built. That's something that's built for higher speed.
Right.
And you're just like, you sit there and you're like, well, you're kind of bored. Well, then you have to turn it up to get your blood going. This thing you got to drive,
when I'm in mine, like, I feel like I'm way higher than I should be. Like, I don't know why, but that's how the truck feel like. I feel like I'm sitting way high up. Even though I'm in a little truck, it feels like I'm way high up. And, like, it doesn't feel good going fast. It just don't.
Yeah, when I had the bench seat in it, which I kind of regret taking out and putting in that Kirky and the roll cage and everything. Because that Kirky sits on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like this now instead of like this.
Yeah.
And
that's how mine is, because of the seat I put in it. I wish I had a stock bench, because I feel like it would. I feel like it'd feel.
I got a red stock bench sitting in the garage that nobody wants to buy.
I will take it. I really will. Well, hey, like I've said this before, but once the Fox body is driving around, I'm coming down south and I'm making a trip. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing Jed. I'm seeing every fucking buddy. I'm gonna go over the fucking Illinois and see Jeff. Like I'm making the route down, right?
Okay.
And so I'll be around. Like I said, I'm gonna go visit everybody. We're gonna make a bunch of videos.
Just bring a little parts trailer behind the Fox. We'll put the seat there.
That wouldn't be the worst idea. Yeah. Like I said, I'm making the trip down, and that's just gonna be I'm gonna do a couple weeks and just drive around everywhere, and have everybody make a video with me about the car, and just it'd be good for everybody, I think.
Yeah. So that's kind of my next after this blue cart, because I played this up. Which I should be done with it this week ish. Then I can finish the bodywork on the Falcon, because it's half white primer, half white Rust-Oleum, and all you gotta do is just clear coat it and it'll all match, because it's all the same thing. and then put the glass back in it, put the interior back in it, and just be done with that car. I want to drive that one because that one's fun to drive. And then I could fix the paint on the Ranger.
Yeah.
Kind of fix the steering in that driver's side header kind of setup is a little wonky, but that'll be it for next year. And other than that, it doesn't need nothing. It's just, a 9 pounds of boost. It runs a 7.0 in the 8th at 100. Any faster than that, and I have so little timing in it. And I got so much fuel in it. It'll run forever.
Right.
If I wanted to get nuts, and it'd probably, it would. There's probably another 150 horsepower there easy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you're pushing it, and then you break shit or you burn shit up, and that's kind of defeats the point of abusing a 200,000 mile engine with boost is to blow. Keep it going so you can keep it going.
Yeah. No, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, and then like I said, that truck doesn't need to be any faster.
Yeah, no. Like I said, mine spooked me
Especially
once.
when you drive it, you take it to the track 4 or 5 times a year, maybe.
Right.
You get so damn rusty. If I went more often and was psychotic about it, like I've been about other things, then I'd want to get it more dialed in and turn it up, and I'd be more comfortable in it every time and blah blah blah. But just for now, it's fun. You go out there and you run a 7 in your junk. People are like, oh, that truck's fast.
Yeah. That's good shit. Yeah, I like your truck. I mean, I like my truck too, but I like that yours is an automatic. I feel like mine would be a little bit more. I don't know. Automatics are good.
It's good. It's good for racing. For driving it down the street, a 5-speed would be fun.
I mean, it is. Like, okay, me and my boy were working on my daily the other day because he had the day off at school, and I took the wheel bearing nut off the axle to get the hub off, and it was some weird Ford nut where it was like a bunch of thin nuts stacked on top of each other and spot welded together.
Mm-hmm.
So I took it off of the impact and it just exploded into a million pieces. I was like, well, this is fucking dumb. So me and my boy got my pickup truck and went to town to buy a new one. And he just turned 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting at a stoplight, and I'm like, hey buddy, put your head back against the seat and hold it there. And he's like, why? I'm like, just. And so I just ripped the big burnout out of the light, He's like, what was that? I'm like, that's what they call a peel out. So then he went home and told his mom about it. I'm like, oh, dude, don't tell your mom about it.
Don't tell your mom. She already hates me.
Don't tell her about it, dude. Like, that's the worst thing you could have did. He's like, why? I'm like, what'd she say? Oh, that you shouldn't be doing that. You're going to get in trouble with the cops. I'm like, oh, dude, there were no cops. Dad looked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. So it is definitely fun, man. Like, I enjoy that truck a little bit too. It's uncomfortable though. I think your bench seat would make it more comfortable.
It does. The bench seat is nice, and I got a brand new set of seatbelts too.
That'd be cool because it'd be nice to be able to fit 3 of us in the truck. I could have, the 2 kids and then me and us be, in the truck. It'd be nice. I have to drive a bit slower when they're there, but that's okay.
Right. So yeah, it's there. People keep threatening to buy it, and no one ever comes and picks it up. So.
Well, next time I'm down that way, man. Like I said.
Yeah.
I don't go down that way that often. So.
What else? What else is on the list?
All right. So let's see. Covered that. The BMW I was gonna buy sold. That kind of sucked. That's why I was gonna put the K24 in there.
There's E30s everywhere. That's no big. Yeah.
I haven't seen any up here. There's one. It's wrecked. Apparently, he hit something and the frame rails tweaked a little bit. I don't know if I want that headache.
No.
Yeah, that's about it. Oh, okay. So here's something. So I got the wrong coils for them valve covers. So I got them valve covers for like LS3 coil spacing because the spacing is different. Because there's
Mhm.
LS1s coils, there's truck coils, and there's LS3 coils, right?
Right.
So I got the wrong coils for that valve cover. So I had me and my buddy designed some adapter brackets to go from that spacing, and then let you put on the other coil on the bracket. So I got them made up for the 300, so I can put my nice MSD coils on it.
Oh, okay.
So
All the coils you had wouldn't fit.
yeah, they wouldn't fit in the valve cover. It's like, God damn it, I got the wrong ones. So those will be available soon on my store if you want some Tall Garage coil adapters, or coil bracket things. But
Mhm.
I looked, they didn't exist. They existed for like there was some other bracket that went to something else, but it wasn't what I needed didn't exist. So I ended up having to make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh well. Yep. So I got to order them from Suncut Send here next day or so. But I got to make all the changes to my side cover so I can get all of them reordered. At the same time, save on shipping.
What did the other guy with the 300 with the LS head? What did he do for a side cover? Did he make one?
Yeah. Like I said, dude has his own machine shop, dude.
Oh, okay.
Like it's crazy. He's just whipping it out, dude. It's like, man, you're just doing this so fast. Like it must be nice,
He's
dude.
like, let me go over to my manual Bridgeport and I'll knock this out in a half an hour.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Mhm.
And it's like, I want that side cover. It's all thin and shit. It looks real nice, dude. It's real hot rod.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, whatever. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it so everybody can have a side cover and not spend a lot of money. So
Can you 3D print it out of plastic? You think because it's not really
if,
a hot part?
if I split it up into like, if I split it up into like 3 pieces, maybe
3 sections.
You could just like JB weld it together, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
That might be cool.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to do it too. If it seals up, that'd be a good way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like I said, it just must be nice. Like some people got it like that, man.
Right.
Meanwhile,
instead of having 11 cars, he just has 2 cars and a bunch of machinery. So
yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Mine will be done eventually. Everybody will be happy.
Mm-hmm. And I also got, because the GTR left,
which I'm real sad about, by the way.
With other people's cars, they either need to come up with parts or money, and if they don't come up with either, they get evicted. So, but the guy's sister picked it up. She's real cool. It's down in Florida somewhere now. Okay, have a day.
Gotcha.
I got all my space back, so I was able to take, because I had the 350 Chevy that was originally in my Ranger, just kind of pushed off to the side with the transmission still attached to it, and that sat in that spot for 2.5 years. I finally got to that where I got the 2 separated. I got the block up on the engine stand. It's one of the 0010 350, so it either is or it isn't a 4-bolt main. It's like Schrodinger's cat. Until you open it up, you don't know what you got.
Right. Yeah.
So I want to. It's on the stand probably in the next couple of weeks. I'll flip it over. I'll pull the paint off, see what's under there, because it has forged dome pistons in it.
Oh, okay.
But it has some really kind of crappy 90s 72cc heads with some mild porting and some decent valve springs, but it's the small valve. It's a 194 valve Chevy head.
Right.
But if it has a 4-bolt main and it's got great oil pressure, I could sell it for $700-800.
Oh yeah.
The Turbo 350, it's got some no-name small converter on it, which was like $3,000-3,500. But that trans needs the high gear clutches replaced in it.
Right.
So I'd either get rid of that or look for something cool to put that combo in. But there's nothing. Yeah. Everybody's if they got something that's halfway deep. Oh, it's $4,000 for this shitbox with no seats and non-matching paint on every fender.
Yep.
So that's why I can't wait for the economy to crash.
Oh, it will.
And then because those cars will be $500 again.
Yep. Yep.
And then that's where Art makes his money. He buys a $500 car, cleans it up, makes it run, makes it look pretty, makes somebody want it, and then they hand him a pile of money and they move on.
There you go.
But yeah, this all goes back to why the go-karts now, because the go-karts are still cheap to build.
Right, yeah.
I was on Marketplace today, and there's at least half a dozen frame go-karts and stuff all under $200.
Really?
Some have motors, some don't, some need a little work, some but they're always there. The Predator motors are $150, and to make them run right, it's another $100, and the thing will turn 8,000 RPM. And that's more than all you need in any go-kart. For fun. You're kidding.
Yeah. Prices were going down on Marketplace for a little while, but you're right.
They're right back up more stupid than they were before.
Yeah, I'm like seeing stuff on here, and it's like, I don't know why you're asking that much, dude, but that's not worth that much.
Oh, and these people are what really makes me crazy is before Richard Rollins and before all this stuff, and I've talked to Andy about this, I used to pick up Ford F-100s because nobody wanted them.
Right.
It wasn't an F-150. They didn't understand it. They were just like, yeah, it runs. We don't use it at $500.
Right.
I'd take it home. I'd lower that thing, put wheels on it, clean it up, and stuff like that. Make it a cool street truck. I probably flipped 20 of those things.
Really?
Yeah. In the last, 20 years, because I've been doing this, side crap forever.
Right.
And then they got popular on television, and the prices were through the roof.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But now even a shitty F-150 that's anywhere in the 70s or in the 60s, oh, it's $7,000. Fuck you. That thing's
my neighbor has an 89 Honda Accord. Honda Accord, and it's a hatchback. And I was looking at it the other day. I was like, man, I kind of like this car, and I didn't think about it. And then I saw it on Marketplace for $1,750. And I'm like, I messaged him, and he didn't recognize me at first. I'm like, I don't think the spray foam in the rocker panel makes this car worth $1,750. You might want to get that out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, he sent me this whole list of why it's worth. I'm like, and then he recognized it as me. He's like, oh, hey. I was like, I recognize him. I'm like, yeah, like I don't think that car is worth it, man. And he just lowered the price down to like $1,100. So
if you get spray foam in the rockers, that's just holding more rust.
Yeah, that's why I told him, like, yeah, you gotta get that out of there, dude. It's just gonna cause more rust.
Yeah. Take a torch to it, melt it all out.
Yeah, but no, it actually looks like a pretty decent car. I want to pick it up because Honda stuff is starting to interest me. So I feel like it'd be kind of fun to tinker with. Put a big turbo on it, blow it up.
Yeah, my problem is all the cool stuff that I've ever wanted, I've had at least one of them.
Ah.
The only thing that really would interest me now, and it's complete, but another Bronco, but of course these Bronco people are out of their fucking mind at this point.
Yep. No.
But I want a 72 or older El Camino.
Okay.
Because I had a few of those when I was younger, and they turned out real cool. I had a real pretty 64 El Camino that I got for like dirt cheap. This is way back when I was in the Air Force, and on the base they have old guys that hang out at the auto shop. I had this guy spray this thing teal, and it just had rally wheels and lowered, it tinted the windows and stuff like that. And that car was beautiful. And then and it was just like, I think it was like a 283 Power Glide. It was just nothing, just with glass packs.
Yeah.
But it was just such a nice looking car, and that I had a real cool 72 and a couple others here and there. But that's the only really thing I'd pick up right now. But again, those are just for one that's not rusted. It's stupid money.
Every car that is slightly nostalgic in some way
is in the teens.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
And I'm like, back in 16 or 17, I sold my Cougar.
Yeah.
The red one. That was beautiful, perfect, all redone and everything like that. That was, got like 16.5 for it. And at the time, that was all the money. I was like, you know.
You were tickled pink, right?
Right. Now I'm like one that's, a shit box they want 14 grand for. I'm like, come on.
Well, I don't normally talk about politics, but the dumb fucks in charge that we keep voting in are fucking shit up, and we need to stop.
Right. Stop it. Quit printing money.
Exactly. It doesn't. Can't do that, man. Look at Venezuela. They tried it. It didn't work.
Right. Quit printing money. People will get used to it. The price of shit will come down. Quit trying to fuck the oil companies out of their business, and maybe gas won't be $3 a gallon. Maybe diesel won't be $4 a gallon, and it won't cost you $3 for a set of eggs.
Well, that's the thing, right? They're like, oh, we can't stop printing money because then everything will crash and it'll get worse. I'm like, yeah, it'll get worse for a little bit, and then it'll get better. People can tighten their belt for however long it takes.
Right, cut the cost of fuel and energy.
Why are we sending $100 billion to Ukraine and Israel now? Nobody even cares about Ukraine. That's last month's problem. Nobody cares about Ukraine anymore. It's all Israel. And I don't fucking care. They both suck. Palestine and Israel, they both suck. They can both go away. I don't care about either one of them.
Oh, we can get you demonetized on this subject in about 2 seconds flat, with my opinion. You don't want to hear my opinion about all that. So.
Well, like I said, the only reason I have my opinion is because if I had a more extreme opinion, I'd be getting kicked off too. So I just said they both suck. You can't get mad at me for saying they both suck. Okay? Like
right.
They both suck. I don't
want to jeopardize your channel with my 20-minute rant I will go into that will just piss off everyone and probably get us both kicked off.
I feel you. I'm probably right there with you, man. It's not my fucking problem.
Right. Why is it our problem?
Exactly. Oh, they're our allies. I don't fucking care. What have they done for us? What have they done for us? Not a fucking thing.
Not a thing. They don't. Last time I checked, they're not
paying their share. Because everybody in NATO is supposed to pay their fucking share, and they fucking don't. Nobody does.
And they're not pumping oil out of Israel. Last time I checked. But everybody around them, all the bad people, they got all the oil. But it just depends on your opinion. And like I said, we're gonna kill it. And then, like Tom says, all the UAW idiots are going back to work now.
Well, you know what? All these auto manufacturers have had record fucking profits the last couple of years. Pay your people some more fucking money.
Well, no. There's another side to this too.
Yeah.
Every employee, I work for Nissan. Everyone who works for Ford in the factory or Chevy or Stellantis or Chrysler and stuff like that, once a year, they get profit sharing.
Okay.
They've had record profit sharing checks to all their employees for the last couple of years. Okay. Their wealth has been strewn around and stuff that they gave up back in 2008 to keep their plants open in the jobs. They got all that back and more.
Okay.
They all make more than the national average. They all have killer benefits and stuff like that, and good clean work environment. And they haven't been hurting. They've been getting paid also. Now some of the people that are up top that make the millions of dollars a year, that's ridiculous, but that's just cronyism. They vote each other in, and you vote for me to stay in charge so I can make 20 million. I'll vote for you to be one of my cronies so you can get 10 million.
When you get to vote on if you get a raise or not, like, why aren't you voting to get a raise, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and that is a problem, right? Because if these unions don't chill, then the jobs will go somewhere else because it's cheaper. Like apparently, and I didn't know this, apparently it is labor is now cheaper in Mexico than China because China is, they're bringing their standards up for the whole country, right?
Right.
So
and the China economy is crashing faster than ours.
So yeah, it's crazy, right? So now it's cheaper to actually get work done in Mexico.
And Mexico has always made cars for the U.S.
Yep.
And it wouldn't take much for them to double or triple production within a couple of years. And just all the cars would be made there for pennies.
Yep.
The only trouble with making them in Mexico is getting them from Mexico on trains and boats and stuff like that over the border.
It really is a balancing act, but all this inflation isn't helping. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I try not to think about it too much. It just makes me angry, and I'm not sure what to be angry about anymore because there's so much shit to be angry about. So all I know, like I don't particularly want Trump to win the election. Like I like Trump. I would vote for him again, right? But he might not be the best guy for the job, but he's definitely better than who we have. So I swear to God, if these people fucking vote for, because they're going to run Biden again, they are, right? So if they vote for Biden the fuck again, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. Like, it's just.
But you know what? It does matter, but it doesn't.
Yeah, you're right. It's more who's in the Senate and Congress and all that jazz.
Right, and who's actually pulling the strings. You let when the biggest corporation in America by a large margin is pharmaceutical companies.
Well, not only them, right? We got to do something about BlackRock and all this shit because like it's crazy how much of the housing market is becoming owned by these big corporations,
right.
Because they want us to own nothing and like it, and they're well on their way to just making everybody a fucking permanent renter.
Yep. Putting up in these little you build a large apartment complex, then you put the strip malls across the street, so they don't have to go anywhere.
Yep. Yeah, you don't need a car.
You don't need a car. You walk across the street and you got from Dollar General to McDonald's.
Yeah, like shit's going south real quick, man.
So
and like for a while there, I was listening to that Kennedy Jr. guy talk, and I was like,
let me tell you something.
Yeah, old raspy. I was digging the stuff he was saying until I realized that he's done a complete 180 from like just a couple years ago.
Right, he's telling you what so people would vote for it.
He's telling us what we want to fucking hear. And once I realized that, it's like, well, fuck this guy too. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Fucking houses are fucking almost 3 times fucking up in value, even from like 4 years ago. Like, oh my God.
See, I don't mind that because I bought my house here for a steal. Now it's worth a fortune,
Okay, that's fair. I paid $30,000 for my house 8 years ago. So it's worth a lot fucking more than that now. So I get that. But like,
you just can't move.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't move. Yep.
Yeah. Get comfortable in that house and pay it off and just ride the wave,
Yeah. Yeah. I just think about my kids and because like my grandma, she had a bunch of property and then within the last 10 years, she's been selling it all. And it's like, Grandma, I'm not trying to be that guy here, but shouldn't you have left that to like my dad and like, so like generational wealth.
Yeah.
Could be built and sustained. And then like, we're good for future generations of the family. And you're just selling it to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's just, I don't understand, Grandma.
She told
Like
you
you had an apartment building, and you sold the apartment building because you weren't making enough money off of it. But that's because you suck at collecting rent. Just keep the apartment building, kick out the moochers. I don't. Ugh. So she sold like 5 properties, and it's like, well, so that sucks. I just look at my kids like, don't worry, kids. I have this house. You'll get it. Everything I have, you'll get eventually. So just don't worry.
My kid has pissed me off lately. I've decided she gets nothing, and I'm going to spend every last dime on my last day.
Well, I've told my kids that. I've told both of them, like, not hardcore because they're still little, but like I insinuate, it's like, you guys fuck up. Like
I could easily go spend every dime in about 15 minutes.
That's why, don't fuck up, okay? I don't want no grandkids when you're 15. I don't fucking want you guys in jail or drugs or no dumb shit. All right, like, you do dumb shit, your brother gets it. You do dumb shit, your sister gets it. Like, just,
yeah.
Come on now, let's hold it together. Make good decisions.
Yeah, I was like, that was my newest decision. I'm like, forget it. I tried. No, you want to be silly? Well, you can be silly and figure it out yourself.
I mean, yeah, but see, this is why all these rich families like the Rockefellers and
well, they were all criminals. That's why.
Well, but like the families plan the kids' lives. It's like, okay, you're gonna marry this other family's rich fucking daughter. You guys are gonna have kids, and then you're gonna take over this part of the business. And if you don't fuck that up, you're gonna get this part of the business. And just don't fuck up, right? And that's all they gotta do. And
stand in line, do what we tell you, and yeah.
Yep. They keep it in the family, and they make it work, and that's why they all still have money, and they're all rich, right? But us poor folks, we can't fucking keep it together more than 2. Because they say wealth in like 2 or 3 generations is gone. Like if you hit it big and you don't fuck up, they say in like 2-3 generations it's all gonna be gone.
Oh yeah, they'll spend it all and blow everything. Yeah, that's why your grandma's like, I'm out. Yeah, I'm going to Florida. Forget you people.
She said, I never thought I'd live this long.
I didn't plan to be old.
Yeah, that was her excuse. I never thought I'd live this long, so now I need more money. I was like, oh well.
Okay.
Love you, Grandma.
Put you up in that apartment building that you own, and you're rent free there.
Yep. I got a grandson. My daughter is 23. Hey man, if she's married and in a good, strong relationship with somebody, that's cool. Fine. You know, that's a good time to get married. You don't want to get married too old.
Try not to make babies in high school. Trying
to make babies in high school. Yeah.
It should be for the lack of trying, but really.
True. Yeah.
Just don't do it. But
definitely sets you on a bad path, bad precedent. I didn't have any kids. I was 27. I started a bit late, but not for lack of trying. Just that's how it worked out.
It's just how it worked out. Yeah,
that's how it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, this conversation got weird. Got way off base.
Man, your list was not big enough, so this is what you get.
Dude, like, man, it wasn't. Like, I've gone over everything on here, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Is there anyone still listening? Let's see. Let's flip over.
Tom's still listening. I think. Tom's
still listening. Yeah.
But there is only 4 people. So
we've lost the room. Yeah.
Yeah, we've lost the room. Like, we're not talking about cars anymore. We're talking about politics and shit.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's been 2 hours. It's a good time to close her down.
Yeah, 2 hours 15 minutes. Yeah, that's plenty.
That's plenty. So yeah, Tom's even say I got 2 hours. I'm good. So everybody that's listening, thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. I normally go through and name everybody off, but
there's only 3.
There's a lot of people in here tonight, so you know who you are. You are here.
You were here. You get the gold cookie. Yeah, that's your this long. Yeah.
So I'll talk to y'all. Don't go anywhere, Doc. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gonna end the stream.
All right.
Later, everybody.